Sorry, let's continue our lecture. Now, as I was telling you, we use those words, for example, to teach kids the differences between small and tall, or short and tall, etc. Okay. Talking about the relation between the written form and the meaning of the word, or the linguistic form and the meaning, is arbitrary, totally arbitrary for human languages. Now, for animals, it appears that there is no clear connection between the conveyed message and the signal used to convey it. Again, just I want to underline this for you. For the majority of animal signals, there does appear to be a clear connection between the conveyed message and the signal used to convey it. Okay, so there is a direct relation between the message itself and the signal, which means that the relation is not arbitrary. Is not arbitrary for animal communication, while it is arbitrary for human language. The fourth or the third feature of the human language is productivity. And when we say productivity, it means that the human language is capable, or any human language is capable of producing infinite number of utterances, of utterances. This can't be found in any kind of animal communication. Usually, for animals, we can find 6, 10, 15, 20, 30, whatever. Okay, signals or gestures. Okay, in which they can communicate. But for humans, okay, they are capable of producing unlimited number of utterances. This is because of so many different things. One of them is that because they can combine the words together. So clear this. For example, just look at the example of this subtitle. Okay. Now, one kind of monkeys, okay, got few signs or signals, okay, which they can use to refer to different things. One of them is something like chatter and prop. Okay, if I'm pronouncing that in a good way. Now, chatter. Usually, these kinds of monkeys are using this kind of a signal, okay, in order to tell the other monkeys that there is a snake, and they use something like prop to tell other monkeys that there is eagle in the sky, Now, scientists tried very hard to let these kinds of monkeys to say that there is a flying snake, in which they throw a snake, for example, in the sky, okay, and when the monkeys saw them, okay, they still have the word chatter, or the signal chatter, but not prop, okay, but they cannot produce, okay, something to tell you that there is a snake in the sky, how a snake is flying over you, okay. They only can refer to snakes and to the eagle only, okay, but not other animals, for example, or if a change happens for the animal. For example, if the snake is in the sky. But humans, however, okay, or on the other hand, can describe these different ideas. They can say there is a flying snake, or they can say that we have a walking eagle, etc. So this is what is meant by productivity: your ability to produce unlimited number of utterances. The fourth or fifth language property is known as cultural transmission. Now, we know that as humans we don't inherit language. We don't inherit the language we speak. Okay, although we have in our genes or in our brains we are presupposed to the acquiring of the language. Okay, our brains, our genes are ready to receive a language. So we can acquire the language, or we can learn a language, etc. Okay, so what we inherit from our families usually, or from our parents, we inherit the color of our eyes. We inherit the whether you are tall or short, etc. Certain things, biological things. Okay, but you don't inherit the language. Now, suppose that two Jordanians have a baby, okay, and their baby is being adopted by a Chinese family when he was a baby. Now, we expect, okay, and we are sure that their baby, the Jordanian baby, will speak Chinese or Mandarin in this case, okay, and he's not going to speak Arabic. This means that it has nothing to do with inheritance. It is actually a learned behavior that we acquire it from the people around us. Now, this is not true about animals. Animals usually inherit the language, inherit their communication ways. So a dog in Jordan and a dog in Britain will have the same barking to refer to the same thing. The bees in Jordan and bees in the U.S. will have the same dancing to refer to the same signal or the same idea that they want to mention. However, one kind of birds happen to learn the way in which they produce their songs. Okay, and when they start singing, their families just tries to make them in a good way, and this is a kind of transmission or learning them how to sing in the same exact way as their other members of the birds species. But this is still very limited way. But they already have the language or the way in which they communicate in their minds. Finally, we are talking about duality. Now, when we talk about duality, we are referring to two levels. Now, those two levels are very important for us as a humans, because they are in a way or another responsible for the production or creation of new words and production of unlimited words. Now, the first level usually, let me write that for you. The first level, for example, is the sounds, the sound level. For example, we have words sounds like ek, a, n. Ek, a, n. Sorry, ek, a, ep, for example. Okay, ek, a, ep. And we can say that a word we can now, if we look at the sounds themselves, okay, each sound alone. Okay, ek does not mean anything. Ep does not mean anything. Does not mean anything. Okay, so But if we combine them together in a word like cap, for example, okay, it gives you a meaning. If you combine them another way around as back, okay, it gives you another word. So this is the first level, and this is the second level. In the first level, the sounds themselves has no meaning, Okay, now combining them together to produce gives you a meaning, and this is what is meant by duality. This is the first level. This is the second level. This level, discrete sounds in isolation and they have no meaning at all. Okay, and the second level is the meaning level in which we combine the sounds together and you can create unlimited number of words. هيك بنكون انهينا المحاضرة. الله يعطيكم العافية. تقرأوا بقية الشابتر لحالكم. اوكي، في قصص حلوة واكسبيرمنتس حلوة لازم تقرأوها وتشوفوها. اوكي، ولنهاية الشابتر في عندنا مجموعة أسئلة. اوكي، أرجوكم تحلوا السؤال الأول والثاني والثالث. بودي لكم إياهم as a homework وتبعتوا لي إياهم مكتوبين لو سمحتوا. بتحلوا السؤال الأول والثاني والثالث اللي هو بيتكلم عن features of the language, features of the human language. يعطيكم العافية.